Namaskar and welcome to the Heritage Roundup, where we bring you the latest discoveries, inscriptions, excavations, and heritage stories emerging from across India. This fortnight has brought some truly fascinating updates from the world of Indian heritage. From the Bhojshala verdict in Madhya Pradesh to the return of historic Chola copper plates from the Netherlands, from newly deciphered cave inscription in Tamil Nadu to fresh archaeological excavations in Bihar. The past 2 weeks have been packed with discoveries, debates, and developments from across the country. So let us begin today's Heritage Roundup. The most important and talked about update from this fortnight is the ruling by Madhya Pradesh High Court regarding the Bhojshala complex at Dhar. The Madhya Pradesh High Court ruled that the disputed Bhojshala complex in Dhar is a temple dedicated to goddess Saraswati. The court also said that the Muslim community may approach the state government for separate land in the same district to construct their mosque. In its verdict on the Bhojshala temple or Kamal Maula mosque dispute, the Indore bench observed that there was evidence of a Sanskrit teaching center and a Saraswati temple at this site. The court also observed that religious character of the structure indicated that it was originally a temple.
आराम से यार भाई आराम से देखिए भोजशाला के केस में आज माननीय इंदौर हाईकोर्ट का बहुत ही अहम और ऐतिहासिक फैसला आया है। माननीय इंदौर हाईकोर्ट ने इस पूरे परिसर को एक हिंदू मंदिर का परिसर घोषित किया है, उसको माना है, साथ ही साथ यहाँ पे हिंदुओं को पूजा पाठ का अधिकार दिया है और जो 7 अप्रैल 2003 का ऑर्डर था जो यहाँ पे नमाज की अनुमति देता था उस ऑर्डर को कोर्ट ने खारिज कर दिया, सेट असाइड कर दिया है। साथ ही साथ कोर्ट ने कहा है कि जो लंदन म्यूजियम में मां वाग देवी की प्रतिमा रखी हुई है सरकार कंसिडर करेगी, क्योंकि हमने बहुत सारे प्रत्यावेदन दिए हैं कि उसको वापस कैसे लाया जा सकता है। और साथ ही साथ कोर्ट ने मुस्लिम पक्ष को ये कहा है कि वो अपना एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन अपना एक प्रत्यावेदन सरकार को दे सकते हैं और धार के अंदर उनको मस्जिद दी जाए, एक ऑल्टरनेट लैंड दी जाए, उस पर सरकार विचार करेगी।
For those who are not aware about the complex and its history, here is what the whole topic is about. Bhojshala is a historical building located in the city of Dhar of Madhya Pradesh. King Bhoj of the Parmar dynasty established this complex in the year 1034. It worked as a center for learning, music, and Sanskrit. Even today, when you look at the pillars and architectural fragments, you can immediately sense that this was not an ordinary structure. The site also features stone slabs inscribed with Sanskrit and Prakrit literary text. Following the invasions led by Alauddin Khilji in the year 1305 and later by Mahmud Shah Khalji in the year 1409, the temple complex was partially dismantled. An independent Sultanate of Malwa ruled over the region between 1401 to 1531. During this era, Maulana Kamaluddin tomb was constructed here in the year 1459. The tomb was constructed at the very place where the earlier Saraswati temple was existing. In the year 1875, the statue of Vagdevi was found during an excavation near Bhojshala. The British moved it to the British Museum in London in the year of 1880. In 1909, the Dhar rulers and the Archaeological Survey of India declared this site as a protected monument. In the year 1934, the Diwan of Dhar state issued a statute declaring the monument as Kamal Maulana Mosque. In the year 1988, another idol was discovered during repair work at the complex. In 1997, the Dhar collector allowed Muslims to offer namaz on Fridays and Hindus to hold Basant Panchami celebration that happens once a year. In 2003, the ASI issued an arrangement that allowed the Hindu community to worship at the Bhojshala complex on every Tuesday and during Basant Panchami, while the Muslim community was permitted to offer Friday prayers. In the year 2024, the Madhya Pradesh High Court directed the ASI to conduct a comprehensive and scientific survey and excavation of the Bhojshala Kamal Maulana Mosque complex. And finally, in May 2026, the Madhya Pradesh High Court ruled that the disputed site is primarily a temple dedicated to goddess Saraswati. In another very significant development from the fortnight, India has successfully secured the return of the famous Chola copper plates from the Netherlands, an important milestone in the ongoing efforts to bring historically significant Indian artifacts back home. The formal handover took place in the presence of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Dutch Prime Minister Rob Jetten. Reacting to this occasion, PM Modi described it as a joyous moment for every Indian and highlighted the importance of the 11th century Chola records returning to India. And honestly, these are not just any ordinary copper plates. They are among the most important surviving historical record that connect to the Chola period and Tamil heritage. The inscriptions contain detail related to Buddhist shrines and monasteries at the Nagapattinam, and they record grants of village revenue made for their maintenance and support. What makes them even more remarkable is that they belong to the reign of Rajaraja Chola I, one of the greatest ruler of the Chola Empire, whose reign transformed South India into a major maritime and cultural power. One of the recovered set consists of 21 copper plates weighing nearly 30 kilograms. The inscriptions are written in both Sanskrit and Tamil, and the plates are bound together using bronze ring that carries the royal seal of Chola dynasty. Another set includes 3 copper plates carrying Tamil inscriptions. Now imagine this for a moment. For nearly 3 centuries, these records remained outside India. The plates were reportedly taken to Netherlands around 1712 by Florentius Camper, who had come to India as a Christian missionary during the period when Nagapattinam was under Dutch control. They were later donated to Leiden University in the year 1862 and preserved in the library collection. However, the exact circumstances under which the plates left India remain unclear because there is no written record of this. And this is why the return of such artifacts carries emotional significance beyond just archaeology. These objects are not just museum pieces, they are historical documents connected to language, administration, religion, trade, and memory. Fragments of India's civilizational history returning home after centuries. Another major heritage story from this fortnight, which also became a controversy, is the reported demolition of an almost 800-year-old Kakatiya-era temple structure in Telangana's Warangal district. This demolition has sparked massive outrage among locals, historians, and heritage activists. The incident took place at Ashoknagar village, where land clearing was being done for the construction of an integrated school building under the tribal welfare department. During the process, an old temple structure was reportedly razed using bulldozers. Soon after visuals from this site began circulating online, questions started being raised about how such an important historical structure could be damaged during government construction activity. Following the outrage, Warangal District Collector Dr. Satya Sharda and local MLA Donti Madhav Reddy visited the site on May 7 to review the situation. Officials said that the old structure remains were identified during the clearing process and maintained that temple was not intentionally demolished. They also said that steps would be taken to reconstruct the structure and consult historians and the archaeology department for further preservation efforts. However, heritage activists and local residents remained unconvinced. Many argued that the destruction could have been avoided, especially considering the historical importance of this site. And what makes the controversy even more serious is the reported disappearance of a rare 7-line Telugu inscription that was linked to Kakatiya Emperor Ganapati Deva. The inscription, dated to February 1231, referred to the ruler using titles such as Maharaja and Raja Dhirajuru. According to the reports, the inscription had already been documented by the Heritage Department back in 1965, but is now allegedly missing along with the demolished remains. Interestingly, the temple site was also part of historic Kota-Katta mud fort region, an area associated with the ancient tanks, fort walls, and Kakatiya period settlement remains. We'll definitely keep a close eye on how this story develops in the coming weeks. But this incident also raises a larger question. Do you think enough care is being taken while carrying out modern construction work around historical sites? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And if you enjoy following these kind of heritage discoveries and archaeological updates from across India, Please subscribe to our channel before we move ahead. It will really help us continue creating research based contents like this. Now, in a significant development from Bihar, the postgraduate department of Ancient Indian and Asian Studies at Magad University formally commenced archaeological excavation at the ancient site of Dubba in Gaya district. This is the first systematic archaeological excavation undertaken by the university, making a milestone in the academic journey and opening a new chapter in the archaeological research. Dubba falls along the ancient pilgrimage route connecting both Gaya and Sarnath, the two holiest centers of Buddhism. Interestingly, the surrounding region still contains several unexplored mounds and scattered antiquities, hinting that this may once have been part of a much larger sacred landscape. And the discoveries emerging from the excavation are already turning heads. The team has discovered the remains of a massive ancient Buddhist monastery believed to be around 1200 years old. Brick structures, small cells or rooms with niches in the walls, votive stupas made of brick and stones, the idols made of stones are among the important findings. Two floors, one intact and another damaged, made of lime plaster with a smooth finish on a brick foundation, have also been found in the cells. Three stone statues of Buddhist deities were found placed in a niche in a cell wall. A beautiful terracotta stopper resembling a lotus bird, used to seal bottles, and many terracotta beads have also been discovered at the site. The monastery could date back to the 8th century AD and must have continued for a few centuries. Researchers believe the site may reveal much more in the coming weeks as excavations continue and experts study the newly uncovered remains. One of the most fascinating updates from this fortnight comes from Tamil Nadu, where researchers have successfully deciphered an ancient inscription found inside the Sannyasi Padau cave shelter in the Kottalam hills of Tenakashi district. The inscription had actually been known for many years, but understanding what it truly meant remained a challenge. Now, after nearly 2.5 years of research, Tiruchi based orthography researchers K. Balakrishnan and Mathur B. Pavendan have proposed a detailed interpretation of the inscription. The words inscribed in the cave have been interpreted to mean, "Your path is that of wisdom, like a holy tank. Even if you take content from all water bodies in the seven towns, the essence remains one." Honestly, this is what makes ancient inscriptions so intriguing. Sometimes a few faded characters on a cave wall can preserve philosophical ideas from more than 2000 years ago. The inscription is located at an elevation of nearly 1000 meters in the Kottalam hills and is written using the Prakrit Brahmi script, which modified symbols used to represent Tamil words. Researchers reportedly identified 14 out of the 15 characters and used comparisons with Sanskrit, Pali, and mathematical analysis to decode the text. Interestingly, the cave and the inscription were earlier mentioned in the 1917 Tinnoveli Gazetteer during the British period. And this discovery also connects with another interesting inscription development from Tamil Nadu in recent years. Back in 2023, researcher V. Balamurali identified an ancient inscription while studying caves at the Tiruparankundaram Hill Rock in Madurai, a site already famous for its Pandya-era rock cut temples and Tamil Brahmi inscriptions. Epigraphist C. Santhalingam later suggested that this newly noticed inscription may actually be older than the previously known Tamil Brahmi inscriptions at the site, possibly dating as far as 2nd century BCE. Discoveries like these once again remind us how rich and layered the earlier history of Tamil Nadu truly is. Even today, caves, hill shelters, and rock surfaces continue to preserve voices from a very distant past. The fortnight was also filled with multiple prominent discoveries. A historical Telugu inscription has been identified at the Sri Bugga Ramalingeshwara Swami temple in Tadipatri of Andhra Pradesh Anantapur district. The inscription was found on the northern wall of the temple and is written in clear Telugu script. According to historian Maina Swami, it records an act of devotion by a man named Baswappa, son of Satram Cheruvapalli Kallaya from the Mahimaluru in the Udaigiri region. The inscription mentions that Baswappa paid obeisance to the feet of Sri Tadipatri Rameshwara Deva on the occasion of Chaitra Bahula Dwadashi, during the Telugu cyclic year named Bhava. Interestingly, the inscription mentions only the cyclic year and not a precise calendar date. Because of this, historians estimate that it may belong either to 1574 CE or 1634 CE. Researchers also believe that Baswappa may have served as a regional representative or administrator connected to the Mahimaluru area. What makes the inscription especially fascinating is the sculpture detail below that is found below it. At the base of the inscription are carvings showing Baswappa and his wife standing beside a Shivlingam in a posture of devotion. And honestly, this is what makes inscription so special. Researchers believe the inscription could offer valuable insights into the region's historical landscape. Karnataka also witnessed multiple inscription discoveries this fortnight. A rock inscription believed to date back to the 6th or 7th century have been discovered in a farming field near Sukradapanna Betta Hill in the Karnataka's Bellary district. The site is situated a kilometer from where an Ashokan edict had earlier been unearthed, reinforcing the area's importance during the Mauryan Empire and later as well. The finding also points to the fact that the region continued to remain relevant even after the Mauryan period. A detailed study is underway under historian Sharan Basappa Kolkar, and further insights into the inscription's content and context will be shared after analysis. In a parallel development, another inscription dating back to the Vijayanagar Empire has been discovered in the Hirajantakal area. Carved on a natural rock, the 13-line inscription is written in Kannada using Prakrit script. It features engraving of sun and moon with a Shivlinga placed between them. The text opens with a prayer to Lord Shiva and mentions the date as Magh Shuddha Saptami of Shalivahan year 1448, corresponding to 1527 CE. While inscriptions of rulers like Prauda Devaraya and Sadashiv Devaraya have been found in the region earlier, this is the first inscription linked to the Krishna Devaraya reported from this area. 7 Panchaloha idols suspected to be the significant antiquity have been recovered from a well inside the premises of Sri Bhavanarayanna Swami temple at Inumella village of Palanadu district. The idols were discovered during preliminary works for the temple's renovation. The idols were identified as those of Lord Venugopala Swami, Rukmini Devi, Satyabhama, Lord Venkateshwara Swami, Sri Devi, Bhudevi, and Goda Devi. All 7 idols were believed to be made of Panchaloha or 5 metals. Each idol is between 1 foot and 1.5 feet tall and resemble Utsava Vigrahalu or the idols that are used during festivals. Discoveries like this are especially significant because many old Utsava idols disappear over time due to theft, neglect, or undocumented temple renovations. 4 rare hero stone sculptures were also found in Rameswaram Banda in Patancheru. These hero stones are said to be from the Kakatiya-era. The 4 sculptures are depicted with their hair tied in a loose knot at the back of their heads, wearing large earrings, neck ornaments, waistbands, warrior style loin clothes, and anklets. 2 of the warriors hold long swords and bows, while other 2 with spears and shields. All 4 warriors are portrayed in the midst of battlefield and attained heroic martyrdom. The sculptures were erected as memorials in their honor. The warrior with swords and bows are identified as Ikkatis, similar to modern day commandos who are skilled in the use of multiple weapons. In an important update from the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI is said to construct 6 new museums at archaeological sites at an estimated cost of Rs 1,481 crores. This follows the proposal to develop 15 archaeological sites across the country. The proposal was mentioned in the Union Budget by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The new museums will be built at Lothal, Chittorgarh, Udayagiri, Adi Chinnalur, Jhansi, and Dholavira. India already has dozens of ASI site museums, 52 to be precise, but many major archaeological landscapes still lack modern interpretation facilities. Interestingly, the ASI says these museums will not follow a single standard template. Each site will be developed according to its own historical and archaeological needs. The Sarnath Site Museum will also be expanded with digitized content, and the Rakhigari site will feature an interpretation center, a specialized facility that uses interactive multimedia and pedagogical tools to explain the site's significance, history, and context to the visitors. And honestly, seeing major Indus Valley and early historic sites finally receiving some large scale museum investment is a very important development for Indian archaeology. If developed properly, these museums and interpretation centers could completely transform how ordinary visitors experience archaeological sites in India. And with that, we come to the end of this edition of Heritage Roundup. From the Bhojshala verdict in the Madhya Pradesh to the return of Chola copper plates after centuries, from newly discovered inscriptions in South India to Buddhist monastic remains emerging once again from the soil of Bihar, this fortnight once again reminded us how alive India's heritage landscape truly is. Every inscription, every sculpture, every excavation, and every recovered artifacts adds one more piece to the larger story of our civilization. Honestly, one of the most fascinating things about heritage is this: history is not something locked away in the past. Even today, new discoveries continue to reshape what we know about our own ancient India. If you enjoyed this episode of Heritage Roundup, do support our work by liking this video, sharing it with your fellow heritage enthusiasts, your friends, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And do let me know in comments which update from the fortnight fascinated you the most. Until next time, take care, keep exploring the stories hidden behind the stones. Bye bye.